Millionaires are made. This is the show where we believe that you can grow to be a millionaire in all six aspects of health. That's right, we share tips every week to improve your physical, your mental, your spiritual, your financial, your intellectual, and your social health. Today, we're focusing on how to improve your social health with concerts. If you've never seen Millionaires Are Made, this is a show built on the fundamental belief that every person you meet knows something you don't, and that there's something to be learned from everyone in this big, beautiful world, in the spirit of authenticity to try to remove as much bias as possible. We do not talk about our tips or advice before the show starts, and 90% of the time, I don't even know who's going to be on the show until they show up backstage and we go over the schedule and how it's going to work. So, this is going to be their authentic journey and their authentic advice. Hopefully, they drop some real knowledge on us. Audience, this is an interactive show. So, if you ask questions, we will ask them out loud. Please be sure to comment and ask as many questions as you would like. I would also like to take this moment to give us a few shout outs to our followers on our socials. On Facebook, Sam Golgoon, who is a mayor of a small town in Colorado and throws awesome concerts. So thank you so much for following. Instagram, Timeless Ties. TikTok, Derek Cormier. And YouTube, Abraham Ermias. Thank you guys so much for following us and letting us do what we love. If you are watching this and you feel like, I've got a little something I could share, I know you do. And I'd love to have you on our show. We are always looking for new guests. We're always looking for people that have something to share with the world to help everyone grow. I know that that's you. So please check the link out dropping right now and sign up as a guest. And if you also have a topic idea, we've done over 100 shows. So we're always looking for new topics. Maybe something struggling with you in your financial life. Maybe you're spiritually feeling a little lost. Maybe physically not as fit as you want and you need a little help. Give us a topic. We will go out, find 3 awesome guests, and host an entire show just for you. We also, as much as I love giving out free info and helping people grow here, I also do it one-on-one. So if you would like, I have free growth consultations. That link's being dropped right now. You can sign up and talk to me for free and pick my brain on everything that I learned and do and want to talk about, etc., etc. Whoo! And our final piece of this intro is our sponsors. This episode is sponsored by Ross Alexander, a coach and former athlete, inspires others through public speaking, sharing strategies for coping, achieving goals, and finding purpose in life. Check him out. He's amazing. We also have Rachel Greenwell, who helps people own their worth, power, and potential, aligning their spiritual purpose to make a positive impact in the world. Rachel's super smart and awesome. Go check her out. Say hi. Follow her on socials. Dr. Nick Sotelo is a licensed professional with a PhD and helps men manage their anger with expert coaching. Check out their website today. Dr. Nick, amazing guy. And our final sponsor is Danny Rodrigue. Discover which frequency your body is resonating in, low, neutral, or high. Danny will guide you to raise your vibration to the Christ frequency. Check out his Instagram and go say hi to Danny. And now that we are done with all of that, it is time to bring out our first guest to give us some advice on how to improve your social health with concerts. Please welcome Josh Perry, who is also on my personal board of directors for social health and is a co-host here on Millionaires Are Made. Josh, I kind of just answered this. Who are you?
I am all the things you just said, as well as I've been involved in the concert music industry for 20 plus years. And I'm really, really passionate about what I like to call relationship capital.
Say that again?
I'm passionate about relationship capital.
We will get back to that. First, I want to know if I wanted to improve my social health with concerts, what piece of advice would you give me? I'm having a big concert this Saturday, by the way.
Yeah, I think the best way to improve your social health with concerts is go out there and go to a music festival. Doesn't matter what genre, doesn't matter what it is. If it's especially multi-day, you're going to experience life with people in a setting that is not the normal societal life, and that's where you can really connect with folks.
What if I'm scared to go to a festival by myself?
Uh, I mean, it's always a good time with friends, but at the end of the day, festivals are a pretty safe place. So I would say jump in and get wet.
If you're watching this and you think Josh's advice sucks because you don't want to go to a festival by yourself, message Josh and I, and we will fucking come
Let's
to the
go.
festival with you.
Yeah,
Give
absolutely.
us at least like a 6 month notice. Josh and I will fucking come out, whatever festival you want, and we'll go with you and have a fucking great time. Speaking of which, there's a really awesome festival this Saturday, Megan's Bay in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. Book your flight right now. You got like 2 days. It's gonna really good bands coming from the headliners from New Orleans. It's gonna be like a little funk band. Woo, it's gonna be a good time and unlimited tacos. It's gonna be so good. All right,
That
now that
sounds
I pitched my
cheaper of your
event
health
out
right
there,
there. Unlimited tacos. Like,
oh, dude, we have like 15. Oh, it's gonna be so fun. We got a margarita competition, taco competition. Our host is the guy who hosts the World Cup, so and he hosts Copa America too. So he's flying down. Just finally booked his flight, which was a little bit more of a nightmare than usual. Pretty good at flights, but this island can be tough sometimes to get to. Let's keep going, Josh. Where on your life journey did you learn your piece of advice?
yeah, really, it's like, look, I used to perform at concerts, and there's this kind of relationship with the audience of like, you feel the audience's presence and you give them back their energy. And so, from that experience, you really begin to understand how there's a collective at a festival. You know what I mean? Like everybody is emotionally touched by the music in their own personal way, but that connects everyone there. And I think that's what is really interesting about and beneficial to go to a music festival is that everybody's on the same frequency in the same community, trying to do the same things and live their life, right? And that's outside of the normal constructs that we are given and handed to at birth, basically, to exist in.
Man, I sure hope someone calls us out and makes us go to a festival soon.
Yeah, me too. I'm down.
I would love that so much. All right, well, let's. Josh, thank you so much. We're gonna move on to our next guest, but clearly we're gonna bring you back out, have some more fun talking, and we're probably gonna go over some of our favorites. But next up, we have Gali. Hey, G, who are you?
Heyo. Morning, everyone. My name is Gali Pratt. I am owner and founder of Island Trip Adventures. See on my shirt here. So we provide guided hiking tours here in the USVI. We try to provide a different way in tourism, a little bit more connected to the earth, lower impact. But most of all, we just, want to immerse people in the culture and history of this place in a different way. And that's kind of how I want to approach this conversation, because of the unique place, that we're in here in the USVI. Social health is a little bit different of a subject, like we get a little bit of boost, I feel like almost. Being that the culture here, we have carnival and we have a lot of different things that go on, due to religion or just, long-standing tradition. And, like Mr. Perry was saying, you get out there here, it gives you more of an opportunity, more of an excuse than ever, because everyone's out there and it's so immersive of an experience. And there's just so much going on. And it's the whole city's involved. It's even, you know I think, this is an opinion, it's even cooler than just going to like a festival in the States, because now it's like you can't avoid it. What
That's
are you
true.
gonna do? Like, like the traffic is done. You can't go anywhere, you can't do anything except go to carnival. So
Except for go to
I
carnival.
I love that whole part of it, where the traditions and culture just give you an opportunity, and really almost force you into being more social. You don't have, if you stay at home here in the USVI too, you might not have power or something. It might be really hot at home. There's all kinds of little factors, but Biggest thing is tradition and culture, just helping drive, more social interaction, and overall helping people, just be healthier in a social setting.
All right, guy, let me ask you specifically. If I wanted to improve my social health with concerts, what tiny piece of advice would you give me?
Yeah. So my advice would be go out there, immerse yourself, talk to people, dance, feel the music.
Mm.
Yeah, when culture's involved, it just really helps, bring people out of the shell. And especially, dance and music, when that all kind of mixes together, it really creates for a great experience. And I promise you, if you are that kind of person that has a hard time getting out of the house, first thing is getting up, is just firing those muscles and getting out there. But you use opportunities, especially when your town or city is having something to celebrate, be it Fourth of July or something. Use an opportunity where it's bringing everybody together to make it a easy way for you to meet new people. So that's what I got.
All right. Tell me, where on your life journey did you learn this information?
Oh man, I think this is a great question, man. This one I was looking forward to. So, growing up, I was born in Brazil, but I moved to the States when I was 7. So I used to go back in the summers, and in the States, I was never really socially successful. I was always very shy, dealing with a lot of acne, and just being, this chameleon of a person of a different culture, and coming up on English, all that together. When I went back to Brazil, again, I felt, like just a little bit of an outsider because I'm not in Brazil. My Portuguese isn't as sharp as everybody else's. But participating, in the end of June is usually when I would go. They have a festival called São João, and everybody's dancing, everybody's eating the foods, everybody's participating in the music, and setting off fireworks. And part of that, was being socially kind of open. Like, in dancing was a big problem for me. I didn't know how to dance. I had two, left feet, and people took the time to bring me into the culture, teach me how to dance, so then I could be way more immersed in the experience. I could enjoy the experience like everyone else was, as opposed to being kind of recluse in a corner, maybe arms folded or hands in my pockets. I was now participating actively. So yeah, Brazil was a big experience. And now, as an adult, moving over here to the USVI and just relearning and just being in much more of an outgoing culture, it's been really nice. So
And dancing's
yeah.
huge here. Everyone loves to dance.
Yeah.
All right, Golly, we're going to move on to our next guest. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you in a little bit for the round robin. Next up, we've got Jesse. Jesse, who are you?
I'm a hypnotist. I'm based in Canada. HypnotistJesseLewis.com. That's all you really need to know. I perform all over the place.
Oh, I'll ask you that in the round robin. We got to stick to the script. All right, Jesse, if I
Yes.
wanted to improve my social health with concerts, what piece of advice would you give me?
Well, let's actually explore what a concert actually is first before I give you the
Ooh.
advice. Think about this. How far back in human history did concerts go? It was literally a caveman just beating on a tree. That's it. That's a concert. So if we bring that into social health, well, what was happening at the time? Bunch of idiots around a fire dancing, beating on things,
That sounds
animal
amazing.
hides, and all the rest of it. This is how we communicated before there was language, before there was anything. So if that doesn't affect our social health, what does? Like, this is super important. So the piece of advice I have is, it doesn't have to be a big concert. It could be as small as getting your family around the table. If you're a weirdo like my family was, get grandpa grabbing the banjo and you listen. That's what a concert is at its very core. It's spending time with the people who enjoy the things that you're enjoying. Really is that simple. And having a music element to it, of course. Yeah. So take part in a home concert, I guess, is my best advice, with people that are like you, so you aren't afraid.
Awesome. Well, that was insightful. Now I'm really thinking back to where the actual first concert ever was. You think a
It
guy like just
changes perspective, right?
yeah, you think an old caveman just like knocked their hand on a tree trunk or something was like, whoa, and then like did it again. It was like, oh, that's really cool. And then a year
It
later,
was
someone threw a
that.
rock at a cave.
Well, it's that, or maybe they were stringing a bow or something and tung tung with the bowstring,
Mm-hmm.
and that led to every stringed instrument we have. Or maybe they were blowing through a cow horn or a I don't know what animals were back then, but they blew through a horn and it made a sound. There's your trumpet. Like, where do you go from there?
Yeah, that's fascinating. Especially now, we have so many crazy freaking instruments. Anytime you travel to another country, you're like, "What the hell is that?" I remember in college, my roommate had a dulcimer. It's like a
Ding ding
it's like
ding.
a
That's the
sitar.
Chinese one, right? Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. He was very like he had like Mongolian glow in the dark tattoos. So he was like Russian Mongolian was his like forte. But I remember,
That's awesome.
yeah, he would sit down and like play it. It's like playing like a long guitar, like a cello, but skinny. I don't know, sitting down. But there's a lot of crazy instruments out there. On this island, it's huge as steel drums. They get like these double decker like trailers with like 30 people on it, and they just play these awesome songs. It's really crazy, super fun to watch. All right,
And
Jesse, where? Go ahead.
I want you to think about the community that develops off that. It doesn't matter your race. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter any of that. You are with a group who all of that else, everything else is irrelevant other than that moment of playing that instrument or listening to that music. And everything else just floats away.
That is one beautiful thing of live music. Everyone just focused on one positive energy experience. All right, Jesse,
Sorry,
where
everyone.
on your life journey did you learn this advice?
Well, to be honest, I'm not a music guy at all, but I am a group guy. I like being parts of groups. And I really learned it when I was a kid with Grandpa, who literally played the banjo. We would sit there and listen to him, and my mom would sing a bit, Grandpa would sing a bit, and that was my concerts growing up, listening to Grandpa play the banjo and sing his songs. Which sounds really weird, but it taught me that that's what family really is, and that's how family connects in that way. And
Like,
I've extended it into my adulthood to live events, and what I do is that really that's how you connect with people is through music or through drama and being on stage. So that's where I learned it.
interesting. Yeah, that's pretty accurate, man. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of music, definitely, and performing music. Like there's one to like play music together in like a 5-person little band by yourself in the garage, but performing in front of people and getting all those vibrations and all that energy together is interesting. All right, well, let's bring everyone else out, right, Jesse?
Yeah,
Sounds like a good idea. Sounds like a
absolutely.
fun idea to me. All right, guys. Well, we're just going to start this off. We're not going to go over each other's tips because there's too many awesome questions. So I think it was Gali that asked this before in the backstage. Let's go over it now. We'll start with Josh. What was your favorite concert?
You know, I'm gonna say the one that we went to together when we went to Grizz in downtown Denver and passed out several thousand free joints.
Yeah, Grizz live in the capital of Denver in the big city, Civic Center Park. Dude, Grizz is when he shows up in Denver, man, he goes hard,
Yeah.
real hard. Who else wasn't there? Was someone else before him too, wasn't there? There
I
was,
know the next night was Millennium when he did the biggest EDM concert in the country
oh yeah, at Bronco
at the
Stadium.
stadium. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was fun. Was Grizz? Was that for like when the Avalanche won the Stanley Cup?
Nuggets won the Western
Nuggets won the
Conference.
nice. So when the Nuggets won the NBA championship, they went and threw a big parade, and Grizz was the headliner. So I think that those get like around 400, 500,000 people. So it was just massive chaos, super fun. All right, Jesse, what's your favorite concert?
So my favorite has to be Grandpa because that's just how I grew up. But my real favorite concert, I went to Pantera, and there may have been some substance things going on there, and it
You
was
were
in
hypnotized. You were
2002.
hypnotized. Just
Yes,
hypnotized.
yes, yes. But yeah, and I was with my boys, my guys from high school, and I'm not even friends with any of them anymore. But that was a bonding experience for me with those guys, and just doing stupid things that young men do, right? So that's why it's my favorite. The music didn't matter; it was just the bonding experience that mattered.
Cool. Awesome. Golly, what's yours?
So for me, in the summers going back to Brazil, I would always, be able to get to do a lot of things, especially with the dollar stretching. Um, so I went to a concert. It was basically like a festival. There's a bunch of different bands, all Brazilian stuff. So I'm not going to mention it because it's not going to be helpful to anyone. But basically, the reason I really liked it was the setting. It was on a ranch, so you could see kind of the working part around it. And then I had gotten a VIP shirt, and boy, oh
Smart.
boy, man, that VIP section, unlimited drinks, caipirinhas, like really good fresh fruits, all kind of different, fruits. And then like they had like churrasco, like steak on, charcoal and beans and all the good stuff. And all I remember was, we had a ton of fun. We danced, met plenty of, nice ladies. But for me, getting back to the VIP for the food, I put 2 plates down. I was so happy. That's more than enough for me, man. I thought that was really awesome. All kind of encapsulated in one: the music, the fun, and then that VIP section. So,
And so, was this a festival?
yeah, yeah,
What's
yeah.
the name of the festival?
Forró do Bosque. So forró is a style of music in Brazil. It's
Okay.
like mostly played in the northeastern region, but it's popular all over Brazil. But do Bosque means in the woods because it's in like a
Oh,
ranch, and it's kind of like you go in. It's a really huge ranch, so you drive in. It already takes forever. Like the road in takes forever. Then you get there, and there's like the area where they have the concerts, but then there's a whole lot more, going on there. So it's
that's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
So, like Golly, my favorite was one of my festivals too. So, and this is a Tomorrowland in Belgium. So they have basically dude, this the venue is insane. They have like 20 stages at a time. It's like a park designated to art, and then they just turn it like for like 2 or 3 weeks a year. They turn it into Tomorrowland. But I remember we were on a yacht in Croatia doing Yacht Week, and on the last day, we were kind of checking tickets. We didn't have much service, seeing about tickets, and we found these really cheap ones. So we just bought them, flew up to Belgium, and then went to this and saw one of my favorite artists, Sam Felt, and his stage was insane. It was this big giant dragon, and by giant I mean it was probably like 50 feet tall, and it would breathe fire at the cool parts. And then he brought up his like trumpet and saxophonist while he's DJing. It was enlightening. And then by the end of it, we found out we went to the main stage for the headliners and found out we had VIP tickets. So by golly, all the food you want. I don't know how many fresh fruits there were in Boom, Belgium, but I do remember sliders. And there was a hot tub, so we were in the hot tub for a while and getting massages and eating sliders, listening to Martin Garrix and I think Getta might have been there. Lost Frequencies was definitely there. It was crazy. All right, let's go over. You guys got any fun questions we can ask real quick? I
No,
had
but
one.
I like Jesse's idea about gathering around a fire and beating on a tree and calling it a concert too, right? Sounds like a good time to me.
Isn't that
Maybe
where
we
it
should.
started?
I
Yeah.
think that we should get
Well,
back to our roots. We should throw
yeah.
a retreat, Golly. We should throw a caveman retreat where we have no electricity. We just beat on trees for our concerts.
Well,
And
I'll be honest. Actually, on Jesse's point, right? Like in Brazil, if someone had a guitar or something, that was enough. Someone would start singing, and we'd all be hanging out, and then we'd be going along. Too bad we don't have a guitar playing friend yet.
Yeah. Anyone watching this from the VI, we need some guitaring. Josh, get the hell out here. We need to
Yeah, I
steal your
know.
guitar.
Well,
Yeah, Josh.
I think it's
You need
also
to.
interesting to note like what a concert experience is. And so, this past weekend, we do an event here in Fayetteville for the city called the Phantasma. That's a silent disco and laser show that we do
Cool.
in a wooded park, right? And it's really just a trail system that's like, it's the woods, there's no infrastructure, playground or anything there. And what we do, and it's really kind of geared for people who wouldn't come to a concert, right? Or that, we get anywhere from 3 and 2 year olds all the way up to, there was a group of about 11 80+ year olds on there, right? And so, everybody's dancing and having a good time. But part of it is because they can have their own experience in the headphones while still having this bonding thing over the visual impact of everything going on too, right? And so, we got 3 DJs out there. They're playing some of the very pop commercial music, right? One was playing like dance music, and then we had, one playing like UK drill badman music, and like really going hard on a true DJ lovers type of music, right? And so I think that even those kinds of experiences that are a little bit more palatable for people who wouldn't go to something like that normally, open them up to that social paradigm of what can happen when you're all bonded over the music. Just like beating on a tree on you know what I mean, around a campfire can.
I do love silent discos, by the way. They got super popular in Denver probably like 6 or 7 years ago, but they would always have 3 DJs and have a bunch of people dancing, and you could switch your headphones to which DJ you want. So it's just like, it was fascinating to like switch to the song, and then you're like, I love this song, and then you watch everyone else like see you and they switch, or they stay a different color, and then the DJ knows he has to. It's just fascinating. It's kind of a competition, but like y'all like your own shit too. But it's just fun and then you'd be dancing to like the red one song, and someone else would be dancing to the blue song, and you guys would be a little bit offbeat, but you're just having fun, and who cares at that point? You're just hanging out. And then if you take your headphones off and it's just silent, there's like 100 people just dancing. So entertaining.
Yeah.
We need to get one of those on our island. All right, guys, the time has come to go over our daily challenge. We need to come up with a task that improves your social health with concerts, takes less than 5 minutes, costs $0, and is available to anyone in the world. What ideas do you have?
Book at least one show for next year.
That's not something you can do every day.
Oh, well, I guess it doesn't. It costs money too.
Go, Golly.
Look up local events on Facebook, which are most times usually free, and participate and get out there and look to be more social so you can make more friends.
That's a good one. So let's think about that. How can we do that every day? It's gonna be hard to go to a show every day, but you can definitely do at least one in the next week. One thing we could do is a free way is, instead of putting on your Pandora or whatever you could listen to a live concert on YouTube. Like how they have the live shows versus the recorded stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so we're definitely gonna say go to a free concert in your area within the next week and take 5 minutes a day. 55 minutes. We're gonna really be jamming.
Holy potatoes.
Take 5 minutes
There's
a day
a
to listen on YouTube to one of your favorite artists' live videos. Does that sound good?
That sounds fantastic. There are often concerts that are smaller, but it's usually just a guy or girl playing their piano in their living room, and they're doing a live virtual concert as well. So that might be something that that people would be able to do, because it would be actual live interaction versus looking up a previous live show.
That's smart. I'm gonna cancel our old one. Daily challenge.
Sorry.
Yeah, I like that. I don't know how to find that though. I mean, I guess you can probably just Google it. Watch a live stream concert for 5 minutes each day. Yeah, because then you can even see your. I mean, they have they have massive artists. Like I remember during COVID, at least they had like Ultra Fest and all these festivals that were live streamed. But you could definitely watch. I mean, I guess if it's recorded, that's cool too. But it'd be fun to watch some. Yeah, like you said, a random person with a piano sitting in their living room just live streaming. That'd be super fun to go watch. I support.
You can say that again.
So if you watch someone live, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't. If you have difficulty finding them, let me know. Let one of us know. We'll try to find you one. But I think that's a better daily challenge. Support someone that's trying to make their dreams happen. Support someone somewhere, just live streaming their music and go listen for 5 minutes to a random concert. Oh, that sounds so fun. This is gonna be a good challenge. All right, we have one last. Go ahead, Golly.
So that was really popular during COVID. People were watching tons of concerts on YouTube before.
And that's how musicians were trying to make money, you know, like throw me a donation here, I'll do some stuff. But hopefully it's still going on and we can find some. I would love to just watch like some unknown talent in their room just singing a song. That'd be really fun to watch.
Apparently there are lots of them. Songkick.com has like 100 listed. It's
that are live right now?
That are live streamed. So cool. Yeah, they come up all the time. I don't know if they cost anything, but they do exist.
Cool. Well, I assume that there's some free ones out there. That'll be fun. Yeah, spend 5 minutes every day just listening to someone produce music for you. That'll be cool. I like that a lot. All right, last question we got is: can concerts improve empathy among attendees? Oh, that's a good question.
I think sometimes it can be the opposite. Maybe that's a little jaded from doing crowd control for 2 decades, but
so
say that again, Josh.
Okay.
I think sometimes it can be the opposite, that they can have less empathy and move as a mob more than they will have empathy for each individual.
All right, Golly, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, you bet your sweet bippity it does, man, because I mean, you know, like in terms of like I guess I'm thinking it from the perspective of here. You see kids, you see parents, you see the elderly, and I think, you know, it drives a sense of community and consciousness, you know, towards the others. At least that's, you know, because of the context that we're in here, you know, and I could see it differently if it was like an EDM concert or something where, you know, the demographic isn't as wide ranging, maybe. So
are you saying EDM is just young white guys?
I just did that.
It didn't used to be.
So I would say I kind of agree with both. I can see the people at the concerts that are like, you know, fuck off, I want to get front row seat, and like in the mosh pit or trying to move up. But I also see, golly, I mean, in the EDM scene, you see so much. I mean, any concert really. I don't know. I see a lot of kindness. I feel like a lot of people next to each other just jamming out, never met, you know, just enjoying the music together. So you could definitely see some empathy. I mean, if you see someone, no, I see a lot of people helping people. I think I'm going to lean more towards, yes, there's more empathy. You know, if someone's playing an amazing song, everyone's just like jamming to it, grooving, moving, you know, putting their arms around each other, random people that just happen to have bought the seat next to them, and they're like, you're my friend now for 3 hours. Let's go. What are your thoughts, Jesse?
One of my favorite artists is Cher. I am a straight white male.
I see that coming.
Yeah. Now, if I went to a Cher concert, who is going to be beside me? It's going to be some person in drag, which is perfectly fine. It's going to be other people who are oriented very, very different than me. It's going to be people of other races, other religions, and they're all going to be sitting there singing, "Do you believe in life after love?" Everyone of them. And not only does it allow me to understand other people and where they are in their life, but it gives me infinite empathy as they're human beings. They deserve the right to exist just as much as I do. And I really do believe that concerts are a key to allowing people to see other culture in any way, no matter what it is. You look at the music that's coming out of Africa right now, there is a large group of people from the West who are listening to that music now that never did before. And they're understanding the culture of those people. So, of course, it brings empathy. And it's not just at the concert, it's in our entire lives.
Yeah, I mean, sharing the same favorite artist instantly brings a connection to the people. But I also definitely, you definitely can see some anger at concerts. People, I mean, there's always fights at concert, right? Almost every concert has
No matter what.
some asshole fighting some other one. But I would say in general, I mean, when you meet people at a concert of one of your favorite DJs or one of your favorite performers, and like you see someone else just vibing, and you just look at them, and you're both like, "Yes, this is what I like to dance to." Yeah, it's nice. All right, guys, we are way over time. I kind of expected that, but any last comments before we wrap this up?
Go to more concerts.
Go to more concerts. Yeah. Get out there.
Live events in general.
Yeah. You have no excuse because they're live in your living room. You can watch them on your phone now. We just found out.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, that we will maybe be live streaming this Saturday, so y'all can knock out your 5 minutes at the Taco Throwdown on Saturday. We'll have to figure that out now that I promised it. All right, guys, thank you so much.
Well, that just happened.
Yeah, we'll figure that one out. Oh boy. Awesome. That was great. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for watching again. I hope that you guys learned a little something about social health and concerts. We got a sweet daily challenge coming up. It's going to be pretty easy. You just go on Facebook Live or Google or somewhere that has a live music, someone performing a concert, whatever you define it as. If it's a bunch of cavemen smacking a tree, so be it. Whatever it is, spend 5 minutes and watch a concert. Enjoy it. Maybe leave a couple comments, encourage the performer, and bring some happiness to their life. And bring some happiness